it's Liberty from My Pen Addiction, and today I will be reviewing the Staples gel pens set, and I really thought this was cool because it does stand up. So there are 36 sparkling, metallic, and fluorescents, and it shows the instructions on how to set it up, as well as some features on the back. So it says smooth gel ink pop-up carrying case, 15 sparkling 1mm, 21 fluorescent and metallic 0.8 millimeters, and it does actually have a little handle on the top. Really cute, great. And it does talk about the guarantee and everything. It is Staples store brand. Okay, so we're gonna see how it goes. Now I will pull up the price real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, so when you search Staples 36 count gel pens, it comes up first on Amazon for $33, which I did not pay that much. I don't remember paying that much. Oh, and on the Staples website, it's $20. That sounds about right, because $32 for 36 pens is a little much, especially for them to be that brand, which nothing against store brands. They're always good. They're decent, if not really good, decent, but it's not that price point. When you get a store brand, you want a discount, basically. So let's open this up together. It has two little latches on the top. It's a little thing, and so it opens to here, as you would think. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. And then here goes everything. You pull it up, and then you raise and pull it back. But I also noticed you can put it up like this, but that's not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go through the back, right? And you could have it like this, or you can bring it so that all the pens are extended. So it can be up, just up, or extended, so you can reach all three levels. So I really like that. It's a very cool concept. Great thing. Like, I could carry this around and then have it set up and they don't fall everywhere. Great, 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 great. Automatically gets points on the review because it's very compact. It's a different type of thing that you don't see often, especially coming from a store brand. So I will give them that. So I pre-did the swatches, so we're going to set that aside. I will zoom you in like that. So I did the swatches previously because I knew the time it would take to do swatches. I wanted to have them done so that I wasn't like waiting on camera like 25 minutes. Like, why isn't she done with these? So again, I've zoomed you in as far as you can go. But there are 36 colors. This one I had to get started and then it finally went. All of them worked really well. There was a little bit of skipping, but again, they were pretty good. Like, overall, I would use these on a regular basis. They are so much better than the Hobby Lobby gel pens. See previous video. I will link it in the description. It was just a flop. It was so bad. But I think these have a really good finish. You can tell they're metallic. You can tell they're fluorescent. You can tell what they are meant to be. So I like that. You can tell on the barrel, these do have sparkles throughout. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There are sparkles. And then on the metallics, you can tell in the ink, as well as on the barrels. And then with the fluorescents, you know. Trust me, you know. The only complaint I do have, but it still works, mind you, there was a lot of this in the ink barrels. I had some that were basically full. There's these that have a bunch of spaces in between them. Some that were just like weird, but they all still worked. Like, I didn't have any that didn't work. So I just found that kind of interesting, kind of weird, but they work, so I wasn't going to complain. Because if they work, that's all that matters. They might not look right, but if they work. Now, that means they could go out fast if there's ink that you can't get up. So I would probably recommend just storing them this way, or like up with the cap towards the bottom if you want to try to bring that ink back. But I don't think, it's going to be a really big deal. All the colors look pretty variable. There's a few that are similar, but nothing too crazy. So I liked that. Very good variety, very good features as sheen and sparkle and things. But I will say some skipping, very minimal. I really liked them. And then the grip is pretty good. It's not that soft, but it does, you can tell it's working. At first, they were very hard to open, and they still are, but I think that's because of the new packaging, so you just gotta break them in. But other than that, they were really good. So I'm gonna just show you on printer paper and cardstock so you guys can get an idea of the dry time. So I got my little paper here. And I'm just gonna do a couple dark colors, a couple light colors, and then each finish. So we'll start with the metallics. I'm gonna see what the darkest metallic. I think one of the darkest ones will be this purple, and one of the lightest ones will be this gold. So they were pretty true to barrel, which is good. So I do fast forward dry times, just so you know, just putting that little disclaimer. Right away, there is quite a bit. Don't know if the camera's picking it up. So I'm gonna give it 5 seconds. 5, there's still quite a bit of smudging. So I'm gonna give it 10, and then we'll go back from there. 10, it's still got a bit. I'm gonna try it again and just like not go over it, because I feel like I may be doing a few, going over it a couple times. So I'm gonna write a word, because that'll be a little more fair. Oh, that's still, wow. I didn't realize it was taking that long. Let's try a lighter color. So I would say like 15 to 30 seconds, which is a lot. But I feel like these are definitely sitting on top of the paper, which I can see that they are. And that does sometimes happen, especially with metallics, because the ink's not gonna go down. It's gonna, okay, the ink's not gonna go down. It's gonna stay on the top, so it keeps that sheen. Because if it was to go all the way down into the paper, it would lose some of its color. So I do think that is a possibility. And the ink does come out more on corners, as does with most pens. So that's why I think the metallics are taking so long. But again, that's, if you want a fast dry time, like, go for it, find it. Let me know it when you do, because that's my goal. But I don't know, that's about 20 seconds, and it's still not great. But I think that is a metallic, and a lot of times metallics aren't going to be used for everything, so they shouldn't see that big of a problem. But it's really a personal preference. You know, I always like quick dry times, especially if you are a returning viewer. I'm big on dry times. So now I'm gonna do fluorescents. I'm gonna do this one. I don't know if they have any dark fluorescents, because isn't that the point of a fluorescent, to be bright? That's a glitter. Let's see. Yeah, I think the fluorescents are not gonna be that dark, because fluorescent means bright. So I'm gonna do, I guess, the green. This green and this orange are how we're gonna do it. So let me bring you in the frame. Okay, so this is fluorescent, and they are quite fluorescent. Like, they aren't lying. Oh, and this dried pretty quick. Like, right after, it was pretty good. There is a little bit of skipping, nothing crazy, nothing that noticeable. I can only see it because I'm right here. So that was probably 3 seconds. So let me try right again after. I can tell there's definitely less pigment than on there. Oh yeah, so about 3 to 5 seconds, which is good. And then let's try it the same with this. I'm just gonna do it this way. Oh, that was pretty good right away, just a little bit. One. Oh, that was, again, I think it's the more pressure you put, the longer it's gonna take, which is expected, but it's very not constant. So it depends, very on the person, but I would say 3 to 5. There is a little bit of smudging here, but I can tell from this one, which was a very light hand. Next, we're gonna do a glitter, and I feel like these are gonna be either hit or miss. They were pretty good, but they sometimes were a little inconsistent, I'm not gonna lie. This is a sparkle purple, and let's do a sparkle yellow. It's very hard to think or to know right away what's gonna be good or bad. This doesn't look very, it does look a lot of sparkly, and I can tell, yeah, it's all on the surface of the paper. That's the issue. These, because of the, that's normal, honestly, because of the the ink type. If you want glitter, the glitter is going to be on the top. And when you move the glitter, the ink's going to come with it. So I would say give these, if you want to be super safe, give them, if you can, 1 minute to 3 minutes or 30 seconds if you really want to push it. But I wouldn't consider dry time as pertinent as what you would be using these for. Because, yeah, that's a mess. Because, now my gel pen video with Hobby Lobby, I rated them terribly because of the dry time and the skipping and stuff. I mean, they dried pretty quick, but it was just bad. And I think I was more harsh because I wasn't told they were fluorescents. I wasn't told on the packaging. This, I know what to expect. And if you've used them before, you may have found a similar experience, which is why I'm thinking of them like that. I mean, they're great color-wise and things. So let's see on cardstock. We're going to just do a couple. I think we're going to do the glitter because that took the most and that'll give us an idea. Oh yeah, that's all on the top. Look at this. All on the top. And if you press harder, it's just going to be down further. And then wherever you lift is where it's going to be. Yeah, it's definitely going to dry faster than printer, but there are no promises that it's going to dry super quick. And it's not meant to be that. I truly believe that if you're going to use it for this, it's going to be more crafty stuff, which is going to be also partially why it's not going to dry that fast. And the texture is what the texture and the like ink and things, like there's glitter all over my hand, but I kind of expected that, honestly, if I'm gonna tell you the complete truth. Okay, so I am gonna give you 2 different scales. So I would rate these a 7 if we're talking about dry time, because yes, they feel a little hard to open, a little stuck, there's a tiny bit of skipping, dry time's not great. The idea is great of the whole collapsible thing, but also the price is a little high, but not super high. Like I would still find that as a run-of-the-mill consistent price that I would pay. Now, if I wasn't considering dry time, I would probably give these a 9 because good price for the value, because you're paying for this contraption, which I understand. Colors are great. The actual sheens are perfect. They just feel a little cheaply made, just a tiny bit cheap, and they were a little stiff, and there's a tiny bit of skipping. So an 8 to a 9 for that. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. And now you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at mypenaddiction. And if you do subscribe, that would help me out a lot. And you can always click the little notification bell so you know when I upload. Bye!